mean, he's the most famous black American in the world, and sometimes you'd like to think that he would take some risks and say some uncomfortable things, but maybe he will, and maybe he realizes that's not who he is.
He sends Eric Holder when I personally believe it'd be a great time for the first African-American president in this nation's history to walk into that community and embrace everyone there and try to bring order.
Let him go himself. Let him stand there for 5 minutes and say, all right, everyone, we're going to take care of this issue. We understand there's a racial situation going on. Let's calm down, fix this, get out of there. And I promise you, I won't be that right-winger that says, why does he only show up to the things that are important to him? Because that would probably calm things down overnight.
I don't know, not having been there and not seeing all the facts, what role race played in that. But I think it's fair to say, number one, any of us would be pretty angry. Number two, that the Cambridge police acted stupidly in arresting somebody when there was already proof that they were in their own home. And number three, what I think we know separate and apart from this incident is that there is a long history in this country of African Americans and Latinos being stopped by law enforcement disproportionately.
We got the militant black reaction, the Cornel West angry reaction. But basically, we saw a community organizer in action last night. And he sends a message to young people all over the country. The cops are stupid.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is. I'm saying he has a problem. This guy is, I believe, a racist.
It's not so much that he's pro-black. It's that he's coming across as anti-police.
Trayvon Martin could have been me 35 years ago. And when you think about why, in the African-American community at least, there's a lot of pain around what happened here, I think it's important to recognize that the African-American community is looking at this issue through a set of experiences and a history that that doesn't go away. There are very few African-American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me.
You know, the politician who is, who's quick to stick his nose in all of this first, the police acted stupidly. If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. Now the president's saying Trayvon could have been me 35 years ago. Oh, this is a particularly helpful comment. Is that the president's admitting that, I guess because what? He was part of the Choom gang and he smoked pot and he did a little blow?
Let's not make Trayvon Martin case about race either, because it wasn't about race as well. But President Obama and Eric Holder decided to make that one about race. Al Sharpton decided to perpetuate that race baiting and race merchandising and whatnot.
I am so frustrated watching this administration behave horribly. They are fomenting unrest as if they want to incite the black community in this country.
How do you think he is doing it? By the comments that he made about Trayvon Martin looking like him?
Exactly. I think that what he's trying to do is to rekindle the sense of black victimization.
The local authorities, including the police, have a responsibility to be open and transparent about how they are investigating that death and how they are protecting the people in their communities. There is never an excuse for violence against police or for those who would use this tragedy as a cover for vandalism or looting. There's also no excuse for police to use excessive force against peaceful protests or to throw protesters in jail for lawfully exercising their First Amendment rights.
There you have it. The leader of the free world, with sagging approval numbers, jumping into another local criminal justice situation. And once again, he does this before all of the facts have been gathered, before authorities on the ground have completed their own investigation. These Obama administration interjections have stoked racial discord in America and sown more distrust between minorities and some local law enforcement.
Well, President Obama has never shied away from diving into racial issues before, and yesterday was no exception. The president took a break from his Martha's Vineyard vacation to address the unrest in Ferguson and blamed black violence on our, quote, tragic histories.